The £50 million striker has been revealed, and I promise you it's not who you think it is. Because it's not who I thought it was. That's not even me trying to be clickbait. I'm not trying to be BuzzFeed here. You could have given me a year, and I would never have guessed this person. And if you know who it is, you know why. Welcome to Deadline Day Eve, everybody. Is that what we're calling it? It's what I'm calling it right now and never again, because that's a terrible thing to say, and we're going to move on swiftly. We've got an update on this £50 million striker. We've got a bid in for a very interesting player, even if it isn't who I thought it was. We've got an update on the Raphinha situation, as well as the latest on Caleta-Car, and one last breaking piece of news. When I say breaking as well, I literally mean it was tweeted as I recorded the first. I did a take of this, and then it got tweeted. I saw it in my periphery. I was like, I need to cover that. So I started doing this again. That's how breaking this is for me anyway. Probably for you it was like an hour ago or something. Anyway, let's get to it. If you don't know who the £50 million striker is, I'll give you 3 seconds. Okay, 3 seconds. I'll start counting now. 3, because it's not who you think it is, because it's Leeds central midfielder Kalvin Phillips. Who needs a transfer strategy? Do you know what I mean? Let's just vibe. Let's just vibe our way through the window, guys. You know, let's not do anything sensible. Let's just vibe. Let's put on Sweet Harmony by Liquid and just vibe. You know what I mean? There you go. That's a 90s reference for you there. So the Sun broke this. As I said yesterday, what happens is you do a transfer update and then straight away something massive happens. That's how this works. So I did the video and then straight away something massive happened. The Sun, £50 million or West Ham bid for Kalvin Phillips, right? And X gives us an update. He preempted this episode slightly, saying that the name is set to break in the Sun for the £50 million player, it being Kalvin Phillips. We believe the mystery £50 million bid was actually not for Raphinha. We did bid for him, but the £50 million was for another player, Phillips. For what it's worth, if you listen to journalists up north in Leeds, people who are in the know, for example, Phil Hayett, who is the Leeds writer of The Athletic, who are reliable sources, he's saying, and people basically agreeing, West Ham's interest in Phillips and Raphinha, Leeds are not open to offers, and neither of them will be leaving before deadline day tomorrow. X goes on to say this deal won't happen now and could be revisited in the summer. So at the moment, it is a little irrelevant, as anything could happen by then. Now, I don't claim to be a smart man. Okay, I'll be honest. I'm pretty stupid. I really am. Okay, but if you, a scholar and almost certainly definitely smarter than me, could explain to me the transfer strategy here, I would love to hear it. Because it feels like to me we needed a striker. Injuries and probably depth reasons meant we probably needed a centre-back. I think most people would agree we need a left-back. So why are we going after a defensive midfielder when arguably you could even make an argument, that's the one place in the squad we do not need a player. That and right-back. That's it. That's the 2 places you could probably make an argument, and maybe goalkeeper, but we need to sort it out in the summer. They're the only places you could argue we definitely do not need someone. We have probably the best defensive midfield pairing in the Premier League over the last 24 months, or one of them at least, one of the top 3, let's say. And yet somehow we've gone Kalvin Phillips. Now, Kalvin Phillips is a great player, and it's the sort of player where if we signed him, everyone would go, oh my God, we signed Kalvin Phillips. We'd probably forget about the rest of this terrible window to some extent for 5 seconds until a centre-back or Antonio gets injured again. However, no, can someone explain this to me? Raphinha was weird enough. That was out of nowhere enough. Kalvin Phillips, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And for what it's worth, X says the same thing. It does paint a strange light on our transfer strategy this window, but stands by the claim Moyes only wants top players. Yeah, but not in the positions we don't need. What? Explain it to me in the comment section below. I don't understand it. Would you like Phillips? Would you pay 50 million for Kalvin Phillips? Do you think this is something, pardon me, my stomach clearly cannot take this concept either. Do you think this is something we should pursue? Let me know in the comment section down below. Right, Caleta-Car. This is the one I said a couple of videos ago I think is the most realistic one. It's the one it feels like has the most legs. It's the one where if I was to put percentages on who we would sign in this window, I would put Caleta-Car at the highest. Not 100, probably like a 70% kind of thing. I'm pretty confident he will be holding a West Ham shirt at this point probably on deadline day. But it does feel like it has some legs. Marseille obviously need to sell. They've got the transfer ban coming up. They're in financial woes. We're offering them some money. We're trying to get a loan out of them, which seems like the most stupid thing in the world and doesn't feel like something that would happen. But they've set their price. It's there. It's achievable. I think this will happen. And we're currently at the edging closer stage, which is usually the stage just before everything happens. It's the stage where people want to report on it because it seems likely and it's probably going to get clicks, but it doesn't have any new information to where we can go, oh, it's happening. We're in that in-between stage, the no man's land of this, and I think it's going to happen, but we're in the edging closer stage for that. Also, in the midst of all that Phillips stuff, by the way, we did bid for Raphinha. So there you go. We bid for Raphinha and Phillips. It makes no sense. It makes no bloody sense. And then finally, last story today comes from Football Insider, which makes me feel like I don't believe it personally. I don't think they have a great track record. Let me know in the comment section below. Am I wrong about that? But whenever I see the words Football Insider, I usually write it off. However, they are reporting this. West Ham have made a shock inquiry for Brighton forward Leandro Trossard. Okay. This one makes a little bit more sense, even if we ignore the source for a second. Trossard does make a little bit more sense. He is a striker that would sort of fit the system. He parries, he presses. He's a very mobile forward. He doesn't have the size or strength. He doesn't have the size, at least in my head. I might be wrong about this. I don't know the exact facts of how tall and his kg or anything, but he doesn't have the size or strength of Mikel Antonio. He's a bit stronger than he seems. I've seen him shoulder barge some people off, a bit like Aguero when he was young. Obviously not that good and obviously not as strong as Guerrero, but that sort of thing where he's small, but he's going to give you a little bit of a shove. He's a terrier, a ball terrier. And that's kind of what I think we would want as a striker. And he does fit this. He does fit that. They go on to use a brilliant football cliche. It's one of my favourites. The Irons are ready to test Brighton's resolve to hang on to him with just 18 months remaining on his current deal. 18 months is when they start to look to sell, I guess, but also not really. There's time to sign a new deal. It'll be next summer when the resolve is being tested really in a big way, and then also in the last 6 months. I wouldn't be against this. It's not an improvement that much on Mikel Antonio, if we're being honest. It's decent. It's not bad, but it's certainly not a big upgrade. I'm not sitting here going, oh my God, what a player. I like Leandro Trossard a lot. I can't lie to you. I really do. And I would love to see him at West Ham. And it would give us options. I do think I will take anyone up front to some extent. I really will. Even Healy. Maybe not. But I really would take anyone at West Ham because I just feel like we need a backup to Mikel Antonio. We need something there so he doesn't have to be relied upon. I know what you're saying. Well, if it's not an improvement, then what's the point? If it's a bad player, then what's the point? Well, the point is then if Mikel Antonio has one good game and 3 bad games because he's so tired, if we can rest him a little bit, maybe he has 3 good games and 1 bad game. Do you see what I'm saying? Even if that is 1 less game he's playing, I think that's an improvement. But we'll see. I don't think this one's got any legs. Like I say, I don't put much stock in Football Insider. No offense to Football Insider. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. I don't know anything as previously stated. I am an idiot. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss the live with Gio that's going on this evening. Just to talk general West Ham stuff. He's been away, so he needs catching up on everything that's happened. Hence, it's been me all of the time because he's been off gallivanting around Scotland. You know, he's living his best life. So make sure to come back for that this evening. And hopefully I won't see you now till deadline day. Hey, I might have to do something if something mad happens in the meantime, but I don't think it will. I hope not anyway. I'd quite like to do anything else apart from talk about Kalvin Phillips. Explain it to me because I don't understand it. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Subscribe, like the video, all that good stuff. And I will see you hopefully tomorrow. See you later, everyone. Bye. Kalvin Phillips. I don't get it. I don't get it.